Hello, it's Maxie Moyer and welcome to this week's playlist, 100 Years of Country Music. This playlist is a selection of 20 tracks illustrating the development of country music from the 1920s to the 2000s. I've always enjoyed country music, playing on road trips, singing favourites in karaoke bars, and moving to country classics on the line dance floor. Although my weekly radio show frequently included country artists and my iPod Shuffle has a good selection of country songs, I didn't really know their musical origins. I'm grateful to the contributors to the Wikipedia article Country Music for offering so much interesting history of the genre upon which to draw. It definitely bears out Robert Pirsig's observation in Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. The more you look, the more you see. Whilst the playlist draws upon key moments in country history, my selection of tracks is based primarily on musical appeal. Why would you want anything else? It starts with the most recent, more familiar tracks and works back in time, reflecting my own experience of finding country's roots. For nearly 300 years, immigrant settlers brought their folk music and instruments from Africa, Europe and the Mediterranean to the Appalachian mountain region east of Nashville. A free-form, open-to-all music tapestry interwoven successive new influences with the music of traditional American string bands and fiddle playing. In 1998, the United States Congress formally recognized Bristol, Tennessee, in the Appalachian foothills as the birthplace of country music. This accolade was based on the historic Bristol recording sessions of 1927. Track 19 in my playlist, Wildwood Flower from the Carter family, was recorded in Bristol the following year. Barn dance shows featuring country music became increasingly popular on radio in the 1930s and 40s, including Nashville's widely acclaimed Grand Ole Opry. At the same time, cowboy songs or western music, popularised by Hollywood films, enlivened the mix. Dancehall repertoires of country and jazz developed as western swing, and in 1938 electric guitars joined the lineup of country bands. Country musicians also started recording boogie with its distinctive rhythms and playing style the following year. Patsy Montana's I Wanna Be a Cowboy's Sweetheart from 1935, track 18 on my playlist, illustrates the western influence on the genre. Country continued developing through the 1950s and 60s, starting with the emergence of mountaineer, string band music known as bluegrass. Rockabilly, one of the earliest forms of rock and roll music, also became popular with country fans in the 1950s. Johnny Cash, track 15 in my playlist, emerged as one of the most successful and lasting stars of the genre. Rockabilly was also a starting point for Elvis Presley, who returned to his country roots in later life. The Nashville Sound, which began in the mid-1950s, turned country music into a multi-million-dollar industry. By the late 1960s, the American music scene experienced a traditionalist backlash into genre. The aftermath of the British invasion, when rock and pop music acts from the UK were popular in the United States, prompted interest in the old values of rock and roll. At the same time, country enthusiasts' interest in Nashville-produced music was waning. The result was the crossbred genre of country rock. Developments in country music during the 1970s and 80s included Outlaw Country, in which Willie Nelson was a star writer, recording artist, and itinerant radio DJ. Outlaw was a reaction to constraints of the Nashville Sound. Elsewhere, singer-guitarist John Denver released well-received songs successfully blending country with folk rock. Whilst country music grew in popularity and chart success, new artists rose to prominence, wanting a return to the country's more traditional roots rather than the polished country pop sounds dominating radio plays and the charts. During the 1990s, country music developed into a worldwide phenomenon. Two groups of artists attracted mainstream popularity. Neo-traditionalists such as Alan Jackson and big stadium acts with broader appeal, particularly Garth Brooks, track 5 on my playlist. The Dixie Chicks, track 4, also became one of the most popular country acts in this period. Since 2000, and true to form, country music has remained responsive to other genres. The influence of rock music became more apparent in the late 2000s and early 2010s. However, many best-selling country songs of this era were in the country pop genre, including those by Carrie Underwood, track 5 on my playlist. Hip-hop, also known as rap music, made its mark on country music with the emergence of country rap. The development of country music is a remarkable story of musical influences merging from many different parts of the world. Musical flux constantly enlivened by innovative newcomers with songs about their own and other people's experiences, issues and feelings. Country songs typically have a down-to-earth take on the human condition, sometimes with brilliantly expressive lyrics. She put him out like a burning end of a midnight cigarette. Brad Paisley and Alison Krauss, Whiskey Lullaby. Invariably, the words and music of country reflect a resilience and optimism about life that is endlessly uplifting. Tumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition. Dolly Parton, 9 to 5. Indeed, in my view, Dolly has first and last words on the country sound and ethos. Just stay on track and never look back. Dolly Parton, Blue Smoke.